Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab is in the house and welcome back to the channel. Today, look at this, I'm in the house with Alliance Designs. Upside Down Jasmine here with me for a review. We're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this bad boy, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Let's check this guy out. So actually, first of all, I need to say a big thank you to my buddy Eden for sending this guy along. He donated this knife to the channel for the giveaway that you can actually see in the Alliance Designs interview, and see this guy comes with a nice soft padded pouch, zippered and embroidered with the Alliance Design logo, but inside you're gonna find this Ray Laconico designed upside down Jasmine frame lock titanium. Let's check it out size wise. 3-inch long cutting edge, 4-inch long handle, 7.2-inch long for the overall length for this little guy. Up against these two Benchmade options, you're gonna notice that even the bug out is bigger than that, but of course the mini bug out is smaller than the upside down Jasmine. And here you get to see Spyderco Para 3 and Paramilitary 2 to attest the size of this guy, just a little bit smaller than the Para 3, not by much. Definitely better handle to blade ratio on this fella, but definitely smaller than the Paramilitary 2. Here you get a couple options from Chris Reeve Knives, large and cozy, Blade HQ exclusive, and Menandi, also Blade HQ exclusive, I believe, in a beautiful Damascus. And again, this guy is in between these two offerings. I also want to show you this fella right over here because it's pretty cool. This is the North Arm Knives Kaha, and this is the Nick Chuprin and the Robert Carter collaboration BBM. Pretty amazing one. By the way, this belonged to Dr. Frankie the Man. And here you get to see another couple options from Shirogorov. That's the F5 Silk, and this is the Stellar, and which are, yeah, of course, both bigger than that. And last couple I want to show you just a couple of Holt Blade Works Prestige blades. Here you get to see the Haptic and the Spectre. So pretty much the Jasmine is, yeah, same ballpark of the Haptic, but a little bit smaller than that. Anyways, this is a pretty cool knife. Thanks again, Eden, for sending this guy along to a lucky winner that is gonna enjoy this beauty by the time that this video is up. Probably he will already have received this. And this is a very interesting one. This is the first piece that started the collaboration between Alliance Designs and Ray Laconico. And this is the Upside Down Jasmine. It's a Jasmine. It's a titanium. Oops, it's a titanium frame lock. This is wood, so don't worry about that. Titanium frame lock, stone washed, flat surfaces here. You see there's no 3D milling going on, just some nice chamfering going on around the edges. On the inside, you have no internal skeletonization, no internal milling. That's going to reflect on the weight. Also, you have to see like this full-size backspacer titanium containing this blade right over here, which maybe is favoring a little bit lock side, but it's fairly well protected. You cannot snag this with your finger. You have one large sweeping finger groove going on over here. Pretty good. You have one lanyard, one hole for the lanyard passing through the scales and the back spacer right over there. You do have very simple constructions, not like you have like 3 screws, which are like 2 are like going like through the backspacer and getting screwed in right into the titanium. And the third one, I believe it just goes into the clip. It's shorter for sure, so it's gonna probably stop right here because there's another clip screw that just has to catch a thread into this slab of titanium. Handle screws are flat and the pivot is a little bit domed and protruding just a tad. Simple disassembly. You can also check the video, my maintenance video, if you want to know how to take this guy apart. If you notice on this side, there's no stainless steel lock face insert and there is no lock bar stabilizer. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. The geometry is pretty good. There's no lock stick whatsoever. And the pocket clip is gonna rest a little bit also on the lock bar, acting as an over travel stabilizer. You have an external cutout for the lock bar right over here with some milling lines exposed. You do not have any detent ball ramp, and the detent ball looks ceramic from this perspective. Correct me if I'm wrong and let me know in the comments about all my mistakes, of course, because I make a lot. And you get a 2D milled titanium tip-up carry-only, not reversible pocket clip with some nice entrance and exiting ramp. The tension is on the medium to strong side, but it's gonna work nicely in and out of your pocket, and this much knife is gonna be sticking out from your pocket, so you're gonna be able to see that much. And then you get to see this blade right over here. I believe this is RWL 34 steel or LMAX, one of the two. You do not get any jimping. You get the Laconico signature on top. When you get R.Laconico, that means it's a custom. If you get a Laconico, it means it's a production one. You do get to see like the stop pin, which is exposed. All right, so it's shoulder and exposed and not screwed in. You can clearly see that, and it's a nice touch. I like it. And then you get a little bit of chamfer, and then the swedge just starts reaching up to the point. And you have this sweeping down and pretty much, I would say, like 80% belly, gentle belly, and then straight up to the this point, which is not a sharpening choil. You have this part which can act as a finger choil of sort, because there's some chamfering right over there, but it's not like a full finger choil. This flipper tab is going to act as a finger guard as well if you do like a reverse grip like that, sure. And you have a sterile looking blade, both sides, nothing is going to be showing, and only the billboarding is on the spine of the blade. You have a perpendicular plunge grind, hollow grind with belt grind lines on the primary bevel and on the swedge, and perpendicular satin lines on the flats. Pretty cool. What I'm probably not a fan of is the sharpness here of the flipper tab. If you opt like for a push button, you're definitely gonna feel, so just stick with like a light switch deploying mechanism, orienting your finger like that, and it's gonna be pretty good. You can pull off like a push button, but after a couple of flips, yeah, you're not gonna be happy, because it's kind of like sharp, not rounded off, there's no jimping, and this is like meant to be a light switch operated blade. Also, let's quickly check the stock thickness, setting in at 0.14 inches, so not too shabby, and behind the edge this fella is going to be 0.015, so nice and slicey, pretty cool hollow grind. It's nicely done, guys. Like yeah, it is pretty cool for sure. From the sound department, you get this snappy sound when you deploy. When you close it, tinky, clacky. Really appreciate the contrast that this guy is creating when deploying and when just closing. Pretty cool. It's not too loud. It's a nice metallic quality to it. I also want to check the weight on this fella, because there's no internal skeletonization. Stock thickness not too thin. Full titanium backspacer. Maybe let's just switch to ounces. I love grams, guys, but being in North America, yeah, you guys like ounces. I prefer grams, but it's all right. Everybody's happy. 4.04 ounces, just easy to convert enough in 2021 for the weight in the pocket of this guy, because there's no skeletonization. There's like a full-size backspacer, and the stock thickness is this, and also the titanium clip. So that is why the weight is there. Also, like from the feeling department, because the handle is not like super rounded off, it's still comfortable. I get a little bit, just a tiny bit of hot spot there, but just a little bit. Probably if you have like smaller hands than me, you're not gonna feel anything. This finger groove is pretty good. I'm missing a little bit of jimping right over there, and this area is nicely done. Lock bar access, it's okay. You have enough milling to jam your thumb inside and to just being able to disengage the lock bar. it feels all right. I mean, of course, it feels like super sturdy. Look at this from this perspective. The rigidity of the structure is absolutely there. It's a little bit on this. I mean, it's stone washed, so a little not super slippery, but I would say at the same time it's not like super grippy as well. But it's there's nothing wrong with that. Everything is well put together. I feel a little bit and a tiny bit. I'm saying just here is fine. Here just a little bit of lip. Here is pretty flush, but it's well put together, guys. Yeah, just maybe a little bit off center, favoring a tiny bit the lock side. You have some nice action right over here. You see, look at that. You gotta have to wiggle, but the action is snappy when you deploy this blade. Is pretty fast. There is no detent ball ramp, so you're gonna have a little bit of a hard step right there, but the detent is perfectly dialed in. Pretty cool piece, nice clean look, sterile looking blade, minimal handle, no frills, frame lock in titanium, really cool lines, nice and snappy actions, and it is for sure like a gentleman's minimal carry. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.